Hello guys, welcome to another video in my channel. In the last video, I just explained basic things about candlesticks and how candlesticks will be formed in the charts. And in this video, I'm going to explain the strength of candles and how we can identify the strength and trade by using candlesticks. I will also show some examples on the chart and I will explain how you can take an entry and exit and make a wonderful profit by using some of the candlesticks. So please watch this video till the end. You will get wonderful knowledge about candlesticks, and if you are a beginner and if you don't know what is basic things about candlesticks, even if you don't have any idea how to read the strengths of candlesticks, then this video for you. So watch this video till the end and please don't forget to like our video and subscribe my channel to support my effort. So let's start this video. In the previous video, I just explained the basic things like that. In candles, we have two different colors, bearish and bullish candles. In bullish candle, we have green color, and in bearish candle, we have red color in general. Whenever the bullish candle forms, the price opens at the bottom and closes at the top, and the candle will be in green. Whenever bearish candle or the red candle appears, the price opens at the top and falls down and closes at the bottom side. This is the basic things of candle you must know whenever you wanted to start with the candles. In candles, we have two different things, wicks and body. So these both things are very important in candles. Wick represents the price rejection and body represents the price closing or the price strength. So I will go with a simple example of tug of war to make you understand how we can get the idea of how strong the candle is. In tug of war match, we know there will be a center line and there will be two teams. Let's assume in this tug of war match, for our example, we have sellers in this side and buyers in the opposite side. But in this example, I don't need which team has won. I just need in 5 minutes which team has highest strength or which team sustained the tug to their side. So I just need that result. I don't need who win the match. What I will do, if in 5 minutes buyers are strong, I will just mark this portion in complete green color. If sellers are strong, then I will mark this portion in complete red. If both the teams are strong and tug is never moving, like if the buyers are pulling the tug to their side and even sellers are putting their pressure to their side and tug is in the center only, then I will just mark with the simple line. Okay, so this is our condition. We don't need who win the match, we just need which side has a good strength. So in 5 minutes, that is also in 5 minutes. Okay, so we will do some matches with these both teams. So in the first match, we have two teams. The sellers are very weak. They are all thin and they don't have much power and all. In buyer side, they all are bodybuilders. They go to gym and they have huge bodies. So what happens in the first match? The buyers will be very strong. They don't give any competition to sellers and they will pull out the tug to their side completely. Upon my condition, I will mark this side in complete green shade. So this was our condition. I just marked this side in complete green shade just to indicate that this buyer's side people are very strong to pull that tug to their side from the sellers. So this is how we represent the strength of the buyers in 5 minutes. Okay, for this tug of war match, I will note it down in my point table. In first match, what happened is the buyers were very strong and they are all bodybuilders and they just didn't give any competition to sellers and they just pulled out the tug to their side completely without any effort. So sellers didn't even move the tug to their side. So we don't have any chances to put even a line to seller's side. So the buyers completely pulled out the tug to their side. I will note down this representation in point table because we are going to play 5 matches in total. In first match, buyers are strong. So our condition is this and I will just note down this in my point table. What I will do, I will just rotate this. This is in sideways, no? This is in sideways, no? I will just rotate and make it straight in point table. You can see here, I just wrote it down in my point table. In first match, we have this result in 5 minutes. This buyer side is strong. Sorry about the drawing. Please do adjust with my drawing. I know it is not good, but I just wanted to make the concept clear. Don't worry about the drawing. So the first match is over. Let's assume in second match what happens is sellers all are bodybuilders. They have huge bodies and they go to gym every day and all. In buyer side, they are all thin. Complete ulta of the first match. What happens now? The sellers are completely strong and they don't give any competition to this thin side people. So what will happen? These sellers completely pull out the tug to their side, and sellers win this match very easily, and we don't have any chances to put even a line to buyer side because they are all have thin bodies and they don't have much strength to compete with the sellers. So what will happen upon my condition? I have to mark this side in complete red color as I told you earlier in my match condition. So this is the representation for me. In 5 minutes the sellers are completely strong compared to buyers. This is my condition and this was the thing I wanted to see with these two teams. So I will note down this point in my point table. So you can see here I just made it straight. This was in sideways and I just made it straight in the point table. You can see in the first match buyers all are in bodybuilders and in second match sellers are bodybuilders. So two matches were one-sided, like it was a clear indication that sellers and buyers are strong due to bodybuilders or gym bodies or huge body peoples. Let's assume in third match what happens is both the buyers and sellers are bodybuilders. They both have huge bodies and they go to gym every day and they have wonderful bodies and good strength. So what happens at this time? Both the teams are strong. What happens? Buyers will pull the tug to their side and even sellers will put same effort and pull the tug to their side. What happens? Both the team will put same effort and at the end of the 5 minutes what happens is tug will remain in the center with slight movement because both the team will put equal amount of power to pull the tug to their side. I will represent that in this way upon my conditions. So I will write this one in my point table. In third match both the teams were strong and no movement happened. Tug was in center only. I just rotated it. It was in sideways. I just made it straight. So let's assume in fourth match what happens, both the sellers and buyers have mixed number of people. Like in this team also we have bodybuilders and thin people. In this team also we have bodybuilders and thin people. What will happen now? We can't assume which team will going to win because both the team have same amount of power and both the team will put same amount of pressure to pull the tug to their side. So let's imagine what happens in the fourth match. So we will have a center line here. This is the center line. I just extended to this place. So in fourth match what happens? The buyers will first pull the tug to their side, but the sellers put the same amount of effort and pull the tug to their side, and again buyers put the effort and pull the tug to their side. And at the end of 5 minutes what happens? Sellers pull the tug to their side, but buyers put extra amount of effort and pull the tug to their side, and at the end of 5 minutes, 4:59 seconds and 5 minutes, the tug was here. The buyers managed to take the tug to this point. After 5 minutes what happened? We don't need that. We just need what happened in 5 minutes. So at the end of 5 minutes, buyer pulled the tug to this side and kept the tug in this point. Okay. Upon my condition, what I will do? I will just mark this portion in green color, green shade. So this was our condition. At the end of 5 minutes, buyer pulled the tug to their side and kept the tug in this place till this place. So I just marked this place in green. So I will just note down this point in my point table. So I just made it straight. It was in sideways and I just made it straight. Don't confuse with this. You can understand this. Just rotate it. You will see this image in the point table. So let's assume in fifth match what happened. Same team was performing for another 5 minutes. So let us see in 5 minutes what both teams will do and which team is stronger in 5 minutes. I will again extend the center line to this point, this place, and in 5 minutes what will happen in fifth match. So what happens? Buyers were already strong, so they pull the tug to their side, and again sellers put extra effort and pull the tug to their side. And this process will continue till 5 minutes, and at the end of 5 minutes what happens? Sellers put extra effort and pull the tug to their side and keep the tug here. They were successful to keep the tug to this place. So upon my condition, I will mark this place in red just to represent sellers were strong at the end of 5 minutes. So you can see here, this is how I represent upon my condition. So this is the point. the buyers tried to pull, but sellers were successful in pulling the tag to this point at the end of 5 minutes. So I will just note down this in my point table. So you can see here, I just noted down this representation in point table and I just rotated as I rotated for other 4 matches. So this is how I represent the strength of 5 matches and both the teams. So I know you got some idea about candlesticks now, and this is the same thing happens with the stock market. Whenever you do day trading or investing, whatever you do in a stock market, this is the same thing happens with the candles. So there will be buyers and sellers in stock market. These are the two people who move the market in certain direction. So this is the same way how it happens in the tug of war. So in stock market, both buyers and sellers try to pull the price to their side. The one who becomes successful in taking the price to his direction, the same way the candle will be formed. As we all know, green candle means buyers and red candle means sellers. So now you got some idea regarding candles. In the first match, the buyers were completely strong. What I told, buyers are completely strong. The buyers pull the price to their side, so huge green candle has been happened. In second match, the sellers were strong. So in second match, what happened, sellers pull the price to their side and huge red candle happened. In third match, what happened, both buyers and sellers are strong. Till now the match result has not decided because both the teams gave good effort to pull the price. So the result was doji candle. Doji candle means both the team have strong strength, so the price didn't move from the open position. So this is how doji will be formed. In the fourth example, what happened, even though sellers tried to pull out the price to downside, buyers put extra effort and closed that price in upper side, that means their side, in end of the 5 minutes. In fifth match, what happens, even though buyers tried to pull the price to their upper side, that means they wanted to make a green candle, the sellers entered and put extra effort and closed that price in red candle and in a bearish way. So this is how you can understand the strength of the candle. I hope this example gave some clear idea about how you can identify the strength of candles and how you can trade in the market. So I will explain it again, and if you have any doubts regarding this, you can put it in the comment box. I will try to reply those comments. I will clear your doubts in the comment box. So in candlesticks, we have 3 important candles. We don't need to remember all the candlesticks names or all the candlesticks characteristics and all. So we just need 3 important candles in charts. We just need to remember these 3 candlesticks, and we just need to remember the strength of these 3 candles and how we can trade upon this, because whenever we remember names of other candles and at the end of the 15 minutes or 30 minutes, these 3 candles also become like this only, like these important candles only. So that is why these 3 candles are important, and these 3 candles will give you huge profit in the market. The first candle is doji. Doji means price reversal. As you know, both the sides are strong. So doji means price reversal. This is a very, very important candle, and whenever it forms in a chart, there might be a strong price reversal in the stock or the index. And the second candle is Moribozu. Moribozu is a strong candle, as you all know, and pin bar. Third one is pin bar. So these 3 are very important candles in the chart, and you can trade in a very good way by using these 3 candles. So let us see with the examples how we can trade these 3 candles. Let me first explain Moribozu. As we all know, Moribozu is a strong candle. In Moribozu, we will get a good huge body with no wicks, and sometimes we will have small wicks also. Okay, in Moribozu we will have small wicks. If Moribozu forms with big wicks, do avoid it, because it will be a trap or it will be a high volatile movement of the stock or the price. Whenever Moribozu forms, you should understand that there is a good strength of buyers or sellers on the price, because whenever Moribozu forms, there is a huge movement with the price. So Moribozu is the strongest candle in the candlestick charts, because it will be having an open price and complete close price without any price rejection, that means without any wick. So Moribozu will be a strong candle when Moribozu forms. you can identify there will be a big move. But we can't predict the market just by using Maribozu or any other candle. In technical analysis, we have to identify the position where the candle has been formed. So we just need to observe the position where that candle has been formed. And Maribozu candles usually forms in a breakout session. That means if the price has tested the resistance so many times and all of a sudden Maribozu forms, at that time price will move in a bigger way. That means if the Maribozu forms in a resistance or some support lines or some of the important levels, then there is a wonderful breakout with the price. So whenever Maribozu or any other candle forms, we have to look at the position where candle has been formed. If Maribozu forms in any other location, please do ignore it because it might be a trap. There might be a bull trap or bear trap just to trap the retail traders. So we will see this in the chart. So you can see here the price has tested this level 2 times. You can see here. After these 2 levels, if I draw a straight line here, and you can see here the price has tested here and consolidated for a very long time. You can see here from around 12 o'clock to around 2:15 the price has been consolidated here, and the resistance was very strong, so price didn't make a move. All of a sudden at around 2:20 the big Maribozu has been formed here. You can see how big is the Maribozu, and then also price has took a upper side move. So this is how Maribozu forms. If Maribozu forms somewhere here, please do ignore it because it might be a trap. You have to have some resistance lines or support lines or important levels whenever Maribozu forms. We will see another example. You can see here at the opening of the market, bears tried to pull the market down, and you can see 3 big bearish candles, and all of a sudden buyers took an entry and wonderful Maribozu has been formed here. You can see this was the open session. This is where bearish people went short here. There will be stop losses of bears here, somewhere here. So what happened? The bulls just broke that stop loss with big Maribozu, and you can see how big was the movement after that. So this is how Maribozu forms, and you should avoid some traps also sometimes. So you should understand the price action, then only you should take an entry and take good profits. So it was a stop loss hunting technique. Bulls successfully broke the stop losses of bears. So you would have entered in the breakout line, you would have got this wonderful movement with a small stop loss at the breakout position, because we should always have a stop loss because trading is a probability. Price might reverse here because there might be a trap also. So trading is a probability, so you can't predict the price always. So you would have keep the stop loss here and took profit at the next support line, or you would have took all profit here. Let us see another example. Here you can see a big bearish Maribozu here. This candle, big bearish Maribozu. You can see wonderful price fall after that. In a 5 minutes time frame, you can see a wonderful fall here, price fall here. You would have booked a wonderful profit from here to here or till the pivot line. So how this Maribozu has formed, let us see. So you can see here the price opened here and made a wonderful big bullish candle, and all of a sudden price started to reverse and big bearish candle has been happened. You can see this big bearish candle, which is what we call as Maribozu, and you can see what a wonderful fall of the price. Okay, so what happened? Somewhere here bulls had stop loss, so bears broke those stop losses with a big Maribozu candle, and you can see the price reversal happened till the low of the first candle. Then you would have entered here and kept your stop loss somewhere at the top of this Maribozu candle, and you would have got wonderful profit till the central pivot line or the pivot line. So you would have got wonderful profit with wonderful risk reward ratio, 1:3 it might be. So this is how you can trade the Maribozu. This is how Maribozu happens. Sometimes there will be a big Maribozu candle. You have to avoid some of the traps, and you have to understand how that Maribozu formed. So this is how you can trade the Maribozu candles and take good profits. In this example, you can see here the price has rejected, and you can see a wonderful price fall from this point till this point, and all of a sudden price made a movement and you can see a Moribozo here breaking the stop loss of the high of the first candle, because this candle took a reversal. That means there was a huge rejection from this point, and you can see a support line here, and Moribozo broke support and stop loss of first candle. That is, high of these candles were the stop losses of those bears who try to pull the price to downside. So you can see a Moribozo here, and you can see how big candles formed and took profit at next support line. So this is how Moribozo works. So you would have entered here with a stop loss below the support line or below the Moribozo candle, and you would have got wonderful 1:2 profit with this Moribozo candle formation. So you have to keep stop loss always, because trading is a probability. There might be a chances that this candle might reverse and hit your stop loss, and you will go with a small loss. And whenever you do make profit, you should always go with the good profits. So this is how you can trade the Moribozo. And the next candle is pin bar. And in pin bar, you have to understand pin bars are always stronger than Moribozo, because at the beginning price was falling. The sellers pull the price to the downside. What bears will do? They put extra effort to pull that price to the upper side, and they will be successful in closing that candle in a green candle. That means bullish candle. So you can understand, taking the price or taking something from the downside to the upper side is really tough compared to moving some things from a rack to upper rack. I hope you can imagine that. Same thing happens with the bearish pin bar also. Price was trying to move in an upper direction, but all of a sudden bears enter and pull the price to a downside, and they will be successful in closing that price in a bearish candle. So whenever pin bar happens, there will be a price reversal, or there will be a bearish or bullish reversal in the price. So this is how you can trade the pin bar. Whenever pin bar happens, you have to look at the location again. In pin bar or any candle, you have to concentrate about the location whenever you trade with the candles. So let's see some examples. Here you can see the same example what I gave for bullish Moribozo. Here you can see price reversed from this point. Here you can see a pin bar, bullish pin bar. And why price reversed? Here you can see a previous day low, and candle made a pin bar at the previous day low and made a wonderful movement. Okay, this is the position. This is the previous day low, and in previous day low pin bar has been happened. So this will be a good risk reward ratio trade, because you entered here and your stop loss will be below this candle, below this pin bar, and you might book your profit here at the central pivot line, or you can book your profit at the next resistance, because there is also a resistance here. Okay, so this is how you can trade the pin bar. So let us see another example. Here you can see price was making a wonderful upside movement, and all of a sudden there was a pin bar formed, and after that price moved to a wonderful downside, and you would have made a wonderful profit with this trade, because you entered somewhere here and you kept your stop loss here. Your took profit will be this much. So you can see the risk reward ratio 1:3, somewhere around 1:3 will be the risk reward ratio. You would have made good profit with this trade. So this is how you trade the pin bar. So location is very important. Here also you can see the pivot line here. From there price has been reversed and pin bar happened. Let us see another example. In this example, you can see price was trying to make a upside move, and all of a sudden it reversed, and again pin bar happened here. You can see here pin bar at the resistance line. Resistance line, there was a pin bar happened, and you can see it was red pin bar. And you should understand that in pin bar, you just need to see the strength of the candle rather than colors, because you can see here price tried to go down, but again bulls entered and closed this price at the upside at the resistance point. So after that you can see wonderful big upside move. So you would have kept your stop loss here, you would have entered somewhere here, and you would have took profit so big. You can see 1:3 profit ratio here. So this is how you can trade the pin bar. The third candle is doji. Doji is very important candle, because doji represents price reversal or strength of both sellers and buyers. Whenever doji happens, there is a price reversal in the chart or the price. So what happens? Doji will be like big wicks with a small body. There will be a very small body, opening and closing will be very close, and there will be big wicks. Big wick means there is a huge price rejection. So let's see this in an example. So you can see here how big was the fall. The price started to fall from the opening point till this level, till this support point, and you can see there was a doji here at the support line. Near to this support line there was a doji, and after doji you can see how price moved again with good green candles. So this is how you can trade the doji. You would have kept your stop loss below this support line. You kept your stop loss here. Price moved from here to this point. You can see here you entered somewhere here and your stop loss was this much and your take profit would be this much or this much. See how big was the risk reward ratio and how much profit you would have made with this trade. So always look at the position, look at the location, and keep your stop loss correctly and enter at the proper location. Let's see another example. In this example you can see here the price was making a big candles, and all of a sudden in the resistance line there created a big doji and price started to falling down heavily, and you can see here how the price fell down after a doji. So this is how you can make good profit with the doji. You would have entered here and your stop loss would be above this support line and doji line. You can see here price made a wick here upon the doji but didn't sustain and fell down. So whenever you keep your stop loss, you should always keep buffer prices, like buffer points, whenever you keep stop losses in the chart. So this is how you would have made a profit. Even though you exited here in the next pivot line, then also you would have made around 1:2 profit with this doji candle. So this is how doji forms and you can trade the doji. Let's see another example. You can see here price was falling heavily with huge volatility. You can see the wick here. Price was making big wicks and there was a huge volatility here, but price didn't sustain and closed below this resistance line. And you can see there was a doji and pin bar here at the support line, exactly at the support line. And after that you can see wonderful big huge upside movement, and you would have made a wonderful profit with this trade. You would have entered somewhere here and you kept your stop loss here and your take profit would be this much. So you can see here 1:3 risk reward ratio was a wonderful good trade for you, and you would have made wonderful profit with this trade. So we saw 3 candles and how that has been acted in the charts with some examples. So at the end I will discuss some important points to consider whenever you trade with the candlesticks patterns. The first point is, don't try to remember the name of the candle, understand the strength of bulls and bears. Whenever you trade on the charts or you do technical analysis, don't remember the name of the candles. Just understand how candle has been formed. Is it a pin bar? Is it a Moriboso? You don't need the name. How the candle has been formed is very important. You just need to understand the price action. And the second point is, look at the position. Position is very important. Okay, if it is formed in a breakout portion or if it is formed in a resistance or support line or a center pivot line, then it is a good candle to trade. So position is very important whenever you trade with the candles. Trading is a probability, so set proper stop loss at your entry. So this is very important. You should always have your stop loss before your entry, because at any time price might reverse and go in a big downside move or upside move and hit your stop loss, and you might take big losses. So stop loss is very important in trading. You should set some stop losses and you should decide your target also whenever you do trading. Trading is a probability. So backtest charts before taking an actual trade. So this is very important. Backtest the charts. You can see the history charts, like you can see 1 month before charts, 1 year before charts. to test these patterns in the charts, and you can get some good ideas how you can enter those trades. So this is all very important whenever you trade with the candles. I hope this video was helpful and you got some knowledge about the candles. If you like this video, please like the video, subscribe our channel, comment your opinion and your doubts in the comment box. I will try to clear your doubts, and please don't forget to share this video with your friends. Thank you so much for watching this video. We will meet in the next video with wonderful knowledgeable content. Thank you.